Alright, we were working on the cooling system, the heater core, heater hoses. So we got a heater hose here and a heater hose over here. So this side was pretty easy. It just comes down and there is a spot for the heater hose right here. Now this hose I had just kind of worked. I still need to put a clamp on this side. Now the other side, of the heater core, there was this tube that comes out behind the water pump. It goes through, and it went around the back side of the engine onto that side. I cut it here and I flared the end out, and we're going to clamp this here. When I pulled the tube out, I realized there was another nipple that attached to the metal line. So that's what we're going to put over here today, is a T, and attach that. So what the other hose was, your oil cooler. So it came into the oil cooler over here, and then it came out, and then went into your throttle body, then out of the throttle body and back into that line, that metal line that I'd cut out. Being this is Florida, I always bypass the throttle body lines, so we're just literally just going to come right here out of the oil cooler, and then we're going to run it around back into the T over there. Alright, so let's work on getting our hose from our oil cooler back to the inlet, or the drop off, I guess, on the other side. So let's run this line where it's not going to interfere with anything. Okay, so I'm going to run the hose back here, and then we have our new fuel lines up here we want to go under. Let's see. Maybe we need to come up here, and then we can shoot it down there, I guess. Alright. Okay, so this is nice and tight. Okay, so I took the header out so we can get a better angle here, better view for you guys. So here's my hose coming out of the heater core right here. So you can see it comes pretty nice down to here. And so this hose I'm going to bring down here. So we're kind of looking at something like that. We're going to put this in here. Okay, so heater core hose is up, it's clamped, it's tight, and let's tighten this one. So like I said earlier, when I cut this, I flared the edge out so it gives us something to hold on to. It's actually kind of hard to get on. Alright. Now we're going to, we know we're going to take our T, we're going to go ahead and put that on. We know that's going to come out here and there somewhere, so we pretty much already know what we're doing with this side of the hose. Okay, now we just need to cut this hose here. We want it right about there. PVC cutters are great on rubber hose. Let's get our hose clamp in. Put our barb T in. There we go. Now we have this hose. Cut a little heavy about there. It's easier to subtract than it is to add. Words to live by. But get that out of the way. Alright. So it looks like we're going to cut it a little shorter. Alright, hose clamp, little hose, well, I can't go any further. Okay, let's get it on. Alright, continuing on our cooling system. I am working on a fan shroud for the radiator. It's just a heavy gauge piece of sheet metal. So here's our fan. It's going to go right there. I've already kind of marked out where the fan is and where I'm going to cut. So as you can see, the fan is bigger than our shroud. So I will be cutting an inch away from the top and bottom. So this is my cut line, and this is the outline of the fan. So that's what we're doing. After this, the cooling system will be done. That's gonna be beautiful. So like I said, we got just a little bit on the bottom, a little bit on the top. Other than that, the blade is the size of the opening. So all we got to do is just attach it here. We're going to use some rib nuts, and then our top holes have nuts in there at the bottom, so we'll probably do the same down here. Okay, we have the cooling system all wrapped up. So let's go over what we've done. So we have our oil filter and our oil cooler down here. This is our return. And this goes to your throttle body up in the intake, and then it comes out. And originally it went into this nipple that was wrapped around the engine. As you can tell, I've removed it. So now this line is going around the engine. And it's coming in right here into this T. And this is our heater core up here. And it's going into this hose that I cut way back here. As you can tell, underneath this exhaust manifold. So this is there. Our other heater core hose behind this silly plastic thing. That just came down and went straight into the pipe down here. I still got to put a clamp on this end. So we have a radiator hose attached up top. We have a radiator hose attached down low. So it comes out of the engine, and it goes down and up, and then we got it coming in here. And you can see the part number for that hose. I think you can, unless the sun is glaring on it. 70705. We did have to cut. It did make another elbow. We cut off and made it fit. I had some extra sheet metal. I made me a fan shroud on here. Obviously the fan's a little bigger. I addressed that It's 1 inch top, 1 inch in the bottom, and then the hole is opened up to fit. The hole is the size of the blade. We put some riv nuts in here to attach it. That thing's nice and solid. We got clearance from our pulley, and we got our wiring here plugged into it, which just goes to our relay. So that's what we did. We got rid of that, and a few more things left. Still working on the fuel tank. We got to do clutch master, slave, cylinder, and we got to build an exhaust. And we'll come off of here and go down. Our oxygen sensor is going to go right in here, and we'll be in pretty good shape. Fuel system's almost done. I made fuel lines here. We'll get into that in another video when I get the tank done. Okay, we're definitely getting closer to the end. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to see how we finish this thing up.